Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a really classic fall tumbler. Now I'm going to be using this tumbler that I had originally started working on a different design and then didn't like it, so I scrapped it, started that design over, and now I've got this cup that we're going to transform into a really cute fall cup. So I'm starting out with my gray gingham pattern vinyl. I think this is from Expressions vinyl, and I'm pretty sure I bought it in like 2020 when I first started making tumblers. So I don't know if you can still get it, but I'm sure you could find like a seamless pattern on Etsy if you wanted to, or any sort of plaid or gingham will work perfectly as the background for this design. So I'm going to cut this down to fit in the center of my tumbler. The cup I'm using is a 24-ounce like sport bottle from Lululemon. So I don't know what the dimensions are comparable to like a 20-ounce skinny. They're relatively the same size, but I'm not measuring anything here. I'm just kind of going with my heart. So I'm going to wrap this around the middle part of my tumbler, leaving a little bit of excess room on the top and the bottom. Because this is a sport bottle, it kind of tapers up at the top, as you can see there, and then it rounds out at the bottom. So I didn't want to worry about wrapping the vinyl around those areas of the tumbler, and we're going to take care of those areas towards the end of the video. So I'm just going to wrap this the same way I normally do any other vinyl wrap. I'm going to secure one end of the vinyl to the cup, and then I'll slowly remove the backing as I push the vinyl onto the tumbler. Now, as you're applying your vinyl, you want to be really careful because this is a plaid, like straight geometric design. If you are not lined up properly, you're going to be able to tell. Now, with a smaller pattern like this, it's not the most obvious thing. You can kind of hide your mistakes if you need to, but if you're ever doing like stripes or a different kind of plaid or like a checkerboard, you'll want to make sure that you take the extra time to make sure everything is lined up properly so that you can't tell where the seam is. As you all know, I'm sure, I hate an obvious seam. So I'm going to be really careful when I'm applying this, and then I'm going to very slowly and carefully cut as straight of a line as I can, just following that plaid pattern so that we can disguise our seam. After that, I'm going to go through and pop any bubbles or lifting or anything that I might have in my vinyl. I am applying this, like I said, on kind of like a scrap tumbler, so it does have epoxy and glitter on it, so it's not a totally smooth surface like it would be if this were just a plain stainless steel tumbler. So I'm going to go through, just poke little holes in all of these little bubbles in my vinyl, and in the end, you're really not going to be able to tell that they were there in the first place. It's all going to smooth and even out with epoxy anyway, so I'm just going to pop those, and then we'll move on to our next step. After applying the vinyl, I went in and did another thin coat of epoxy over it so that we would have a nice, smooth, shiny surface to apply this really pretty floral border decal. These are from the vinyl COTTAGE. I'm pretty sure this is sized to fit a 20-ounce skinny, but we're going to just cut it apart and put it on the cup we're working on now. So the name of this is Rustic Fall Borders. I'll have it linked below along with a discount code for you if you want to order it and use the same one. But this is printed with white ink, so all of these florals are going to really pop off of the gingham background that we have, and it's going to just make it like so fall and so cozy and so pretty. So like I said, I'm cutting these into two separate pieces, and I'm going to apply the straight edge to the straight edges of our vinyl at the top and the bottom. Now, the reason we want a smooth, shiny surface for this application is because all of these areas around the florals, all of that is clear vinyl. So if we had sanded down our cup, or if we had just not epoxied it, all of those clear spots, when we put epoxy over these florals, everything that's kind of like masked off or blocked by those clear sections of vinyl would not shine back up with epoxy, so you would see where all of those edges are underneath the epoxy, if that makes sense. So I always recommend a smooth, shiny surface when you're working with any sort of clear or like, you know, like white backed decal that has a clear border. If you're using UV DTF, it doesn't matter because there's no clear excess around those. So you could put a UV DTF right over any sort of surface and you wouldn't have to worry about that. But this is a clear decal, so we wanted a smooth, shiny surface. So like I said, I'm going to line up this straight edge of the florals with the straight edge of our vinyl, and I'm just going to keep one edge in place with painter's tape, and then I'll apply it kind of the same way I did the full sheet of vinyl. I'll remove a little bit of the backing and then put the vinyl onto the tumbler, going really slowly, making sure that those straight edges stay aligned the entire way around, and then I'll just repeat that exact same process on the bottom of the tumbler. I'm going to do another really thin coat of epoxy over these florals, and this is where we're at now. You can see I added a couple of vinyl stripes to the edges, thinking that I would probably be done and that the white glitter on the top and bottom would be okay. But once I had the epoxy on, I was like, oh, you know, I can't have the white glitter. I feel like I need some more fall colors here. I need some rustic orange. So I'm going to just tape off the top and bottom, and we're going to glitter them. I can't just do that plain boring white. It just doesn't work for me. So I'm taping this off. I'm going to base paint with orange, and then we're going to use a custom glitter mix that I made, I don't know how long ago. I really couldn't tell you what's in this, but you could use any sort of burnt orange or even like a green glitter if you wanted to. Any sort of fall tone would work perfectly for this design. I just tried to pull out a tone or a color that was already in our florals to tie everything together. I'm going to remove the tape right away after glittering because I don't want any of the Mod Podge to dry and like crust up on the tape, and then when we go to pull it up it'll rip up all that glitter. I don't want to deal with any of that, so I'm just going to pull the tape away right away, and then we'll let this dry for about 30 to 45 minutes. And then I sealed the glitter with my favorite sealer. It's a 50-50 mixture of the Crystalac glitter glue and water. So I put that on our glitter sections, let that dry for a full 2 hours, and now our glitter is totally sealed, and we can go right into adding the decal to this tumbler because the middle part of our cup is nice and smooth and ready for a decal. So we don't need to do another coat of epoxy in between applying the glitter, sealing it, and then putting the decal on. So the decal we're going to use is one that I hand lettered. It is available in my Etsy shop if you want to use the same one. And it says leaves are falling, autumn is calling, which is just, I love fall so much. I'm so excited for it. So the offset for the decal kind of matches the glitter tone a little bit. It's like a brownie orange, just regular plain vinyl. And then for the top layer, I'm using a rose gold textured metallic vinyl from TECKWRAP Craft. Now that we've got the decal applied, we can go into our next 2 coats of epoxy. I want to do 2 coats over the glitter to make sure that when I sand, I don't sand away any of that color. I want to protect my glitter. So now that we've got our 2 coats of epoxy over our glitter, we can go in and clean everything up before we add our final details and our final coats. Now I didn't do the best thing here. I have this electrical tape around the threads of the tumbler where the lid screws on, and I didn't change it once during the entire process of this tumbler, and there's a little bit of epoxy caked on there. So what I'm going to do is take my craft knife and kind of weasel it in there to loosen up that epoxy from the top rim. Then I'll remove all of that electrical tape and we'll go in and we'll sand down the top rim, which is what we need to do anyway. But when we sand down that little lip of the tumbler, it's going to like separate the epoxy from the rest of the cup so that we can go in and just kind of pop off the epoxy from that top ledge where we don't want it to be. So I'm going to try and clean this up a little bit, and then I'll go in with my sander and I'll sand down that top rim, clean that up, make it the plain stainless steel like little exposed rim that I like to have on all of my cups for that final seal, and then we'll be able to pop off all the rest of the epoxy from the top ledge of the cup. Okay, you're not going to be able to see this very well, as you can not see. I'm taking some acetone and I'm just cleaning up that top rim again, making sure that I've got any like paint or anything cleaned off of that area. And now you can see our cup is nice and clean and ready for that final epoxy seal. So the last thing we need to do is add some new vinyl striping to the edges of our tumbler to make everything look really nice and finished. And of course, I'm going to use my champagne gold textured metallic vinyl for my striping. If you wanted to, you could use the same rose gold textured metallic vinyl, or like any color really that you wanted to. But I kind of like the difference in the rose gold versus the champagne gold. I feel like everything kind of ties together because we've got all of those colors going in our florals. So I'm using the champagne gold and I'm going to put those down, and then right on top of those, I'm going to put some thinner dark green stripes. The lid of this tumbler is kind of like a forest dark green color, and we've got some dark green florals happening, or leaves, I guess, in our design. So I wanted to tie a little bit more green into the cup somewhere, so a nice thin green strip of vinyl will help everything look nice and cohesive. After that, we'll go into our final coat of epoxy. For all of my coats, by the way, I'm using the Flynn Sisters Supply Shop Artist Cure Epoxy. And once this final coat is cured, we are all done. So here is the kind of final tumbler design. I actually took this final footage before the final coat, so it's a little bit shinier now than it is in this video, but I wanted to make sure that the cup was cured so that I could finish this video and get it out to you. So it might look a little different in the final footage than it does in the final epoxy coat. But anyway, you know the gist, you know what it looks like. I'm so happy with it. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button down below. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and tell me your favorite part about fall. For me, it's the leaves changing, the cold, crisp weather, and of course, pumpkin spice. Don't come at me. I freaking love pumpkin spice. Okay, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, love you. Bye. Hello friends, thanks so much for watching this video. I want to say a huge special thank you to my elite fam, my channel members, and my subscribers. You all make this channel possible, so thank you so much for being part of the fam. If you want more exclusive content from me, you can join my elite fam at patreon.com/elitefam. You can find my tumblers and digital files on my website, madebymalstudio.com. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find me on Instagram at madebymal_studio. Here's another video for you to check out, and I'll see you soon. Thanks so much for watching. Love you. Bye.